Exchange.com presents BOOTO Guylain versus Keron Davies.
This fight is brought to you by Exchange.com. Place your bets on your mobile now. Making his way out to make his EFC Africa debut is Keron Davies, a man who holds 4 amateur titles. He's had a ton of amateur fights and someone who's really feared and held in very, very big regard in this weight division.
Dirk, if there's one guy who's ready to become a pro, it's no doubt that it's Keron Davies. I mean, 4 amateur titles, he's beat the best amateurs out there. It's time for him to turn pro. This is his debut, and everyone is waiting in anticipation for it.
Watched a couple of his amateur fights where he's fought for belts and where he's fought some really, really tough guys, and he's been very dominant in these last couple of wins. There's no doubt that he's really moved up to Johannesburg from Durban not too long ago, and now he wants to make his name in EFC Africa. In the one plan prep zone is Keron Davies. Looks very calm and collected, and even yesterday at the weigh-ins as well, he's taken it very seriously, but he's also making sure he's not psyching himself out too much where he's going to have that horrible adrenaline dump and run out of gas.
Dirk, this guy has so much experience. I really don't think he's going to get the initial jitters most guys do have when they walk into the EFC crowd and everyone's cheering for them and the lights are going. So I think he's going to do well.
An incredible stand-up game. He's fallen in love with all aspects of mixed martial arts, loves to roll on the ground. They obviously do all the wrestling and jiu-jitsu and everything else, but he sees himself as a dog, and he loves to get into a fight. You hit him once hard, or we hit him hard once, and he's the kind of guy that will want to get into a scrappy brawl. And that's been one of the criticisms from his coaches, is that at times he gets emotionally involved. As soon as someone has basically hit him hard, he wants to like sort of fire back and be, if you can hit me, I'm going to try and hit you harder. And that's one thing where he's going to have to really focus on, especially in the pro leagues, is getting that game plan in your head and completely sticking to it. The man welcoming Keron Davies to EFC Africa is BOOTO Guylain from Tokai in Cape Town, out of Steve's Boxing Gym. He's riding a 1-fight loss streak as he comes and makes his way into the hexagon. A guy that's maybe didn't look his best in that first round TKO lost to Sean DeLange, but now he knows. He's been in there, he's been under the big lights, he is much better prepared. He's got a great team around him. You see Bernardo Makishi standing there, so it's something that they would have worked on, but he does have a very, very tough opponent in front of him tonight.
Coming from a judo background, he's got some crazy throws and things that can really, really surprise Keron Davies, because in South Africa, we don't have the judo that the Congolese guys have. They have a very different type of judo, and it works very, very, very effectively.
It'll also be interesting to see what sort of condition he is in. He has been training. He's a last-minute replacement, of course. I think he took the fight in about a week or 2 weeks' notice, but he's a guy that was in camp, and he's one of those people that believes you have to be fit and you have to be ready all the time. In case you get that call, then you get the opportunity to compete in the hexagon, which is exactly what happened for him.
But the question is, does Guylain have the BJJ? Does he have the ground to win this fight?
Interesting to see what sort of ground defense he comes to the party with, but I've got a feeling that the Keron Davies is going to try and keep the fight standing. He's the kind of guy that wants to put on a show for the fans and put the show on for the people, and also, of course, prove something in EFC Africa. And even yesterday at the weigh-ins, when you saw the two of them, BOOTO Guylain looks a lot bigger than Davies, even though he weighed in, I think it was about 2 or 3 kilograms lighter. And on the Maxim tail of the tape, we see Keron Davies is a couple of years younger than BOOTO Guylain, enjoys a 2-centimeter reach advantage, and also weighed in about 3 kilograms heavier. Right now, both of them will be a lot heavier than they were yesterday, though. Maxim magazine, the March issue, on sale now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 3 rounds in the EFC Africa middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, This man is a mixed martial artist making his pro debut. He stands 1.88 meters tall, weighing in at 84 kilograms. Fighting out of Sunning Hill, Johannesburg, introducing Keron Skinner Davies. And now introducing his opponent. He's fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer with a professional fight record of 1 loss. He stands 1.84 meters tall and weighed in at 81 kilograms. He's fighting out of Tekai, Cape Town, BOOTO Guylain. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Bobby Karagianidis.
Rick's Different Gearbox brings you the beautiful EFC Africa Hexagon Girls.
Are you ready? Fight!
Pitbull Energy brings you round number 1. No aftertaste guaranteed.
A lot of support for Keron Davies here. That's what happens when you have an amateur career like he does.
Fought the majority of that down in Durban, and of course there are a lot of people from Durban that make their way up to Johannesburg. They'll have a lot of fans from both Joburg as well as Durban.
Dirk, from what I've seen so far, both guys look very comfortable.
Skinner looks a lot lighter on his feet though. He's not as flat-footed. You can see BOOTO Guylain is very flat-footed.
Seems like Guylain's just waiting for Keron Davies just to come for him and maybe get, you know, a counter shot.
Electric landed though by Guylain.
For Guylain, it's all a matter of anticipation. He needs to anticipate for Keron to come forward and then counter. But Keron is no joke.
Shot landed by Guylain.
Great speed by both guys. There's no doubt Keron is the aggressor in this fight though.
Very comfortable at the moment. See, he works that double jab. It's normally the second one that he lands. And it's not like those are rangefinders either. He's hitting everything that he throws. He is trying to throw hard. Had a long training camp leading up to this. Left found its home.
And Dirk, with 4 amateur titles, he's been ready for this moment for a very long time. Oh, great right.
Landed, and he followed that up by a leg kick as well. Not often that you see guys really being able to put combinations like that together, especially from the striking side, to land up top and the bottom. Just keep your opponent guessing.
At the moment, it looks like Guylain's just out of his depth. It seems like Keron's speed and aggression is just a bit overwhelming for him.
Carries on mixing it up with strikes. That time went to the knee. I think you're right, you know, it looks like Guylain is just sort of sitting back and waiting for Skinner to come forward so he can move and sort of just counter-strike. In that exchange in the clinch though, Davies did land a knee to the ribs of Guylain, but it seems like he just shook it off.
See, Guylain, as soon as Keron comes in, he leans back. He's looking for, he's going to get knocked out if he does that. He's exposing his chin, a left or a right hook, and he's finished.
And Davies would have his range by now. Getting his timing right. Looks very comfortable.
And no doubt conditioned. He comes from a great gym, training with some top guys. He's going to be prepared.
Well, frantic play so far by Davies that has been sitting up. Big overhand, found its mark.
Oh, great
Guylain. How was the speed on that as well?
Oh, great. Guylain just holding on for dear life. He's in survival mode now. He's like, I better get the guy to the ground.
Tries to, but Davies has got a hold of that neck. Lets it go. Now tries to use that judo. Davies is going to take his back though. And at 40 remaining is a lot of time to work.
Davies just controlling the hip. Ooh. After a while, that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt after a while.
Guylain manages to get back to his feet though, and he's going to get a talking to by referee Karagianidis.
Aren't allowed to grab those shorts.
Davies now brimming with confidence, but you can already see his breathing with his mouth wide open. Did take a bit out of him, that onslaught.
Well, he definitely pushed the pace there. almost the end of round 1, a minute left. He definitely pushed the pace for those 4 minutes.
And he carries on mixing up his approach and his attack, so I really like how he's doing that.
Listen, from what I see, Guylain's really out of depth now. He's just sort of in survival mode with a bit of counter punches.
That kick also landed. You can hear these corners screaming at him. He's having a look over to them.
David needs to be careful because one counter punch landed strongly and he's finished. And at the moment, he's under no threat. He just needs to be careful.
And that is exactly what you're talking about. He must look like it was more of a bit of off balance as that hit him. But he did fall down, and now Guylain for the first time in his bout is in the top position. He's got some control.
Keron needs to defend that head of his. He mustn't expose his neck. Oh, great strength by Guylain. You can see how strong the guy is.
From the top position, it looked like Guylain was trying to set up for something, but Davies just working from the bottom now. Round 1 is a thing of the past and a great round for Davies, but he did take that shot late in the round, and he does look to be tired as he makes his way back to his corner.
Guylain came back in the last 40 seconds, but I mean 4 minutes, 20 seconds of aggression, jabs, crosses, just general shots every now and then. I mean, I think Davies has this round.
GNC brings you the corner cams, available at Flick stores countrywide. Certainly his round, but he also saw that Guylain is definitely a game competitor. And the speed that he had with that big overhand right also came out of nowhere, didn't telegraph it at all. And that was one that really did rock Guylain.
Okay guys, it's clear, we gotta get out of here.
Davies is breathing hard, but he's been in these wars in the amateur circuit as well.
Amateur rounds, usually 3 minutes, a bit shorter, but no doubt he's fit.
There's such a big difference as well between amateur and professional in terms of the gloves and being able to use the knees and the elbows and everything else. Round 2 gets underway with Pitbull Energy. Give it a try for a whole new experience. There's a counter that you were talking about by Guylain.
Could we see a bit more aggression from Guylain this round?
Second jab found its mark. I'm sure that's what his corner was asking him to do, is just to come forward, just to land some shots.
Ooh, close call that.
Davies dropping his hands as he came in. Guylain is certainly a game opponent, there's no doubt about that.
If you just look at the size of the upper bodies, you can see that Guylain is a strong guy. You don't want to be hit with this guy. You don't want to be hit by this guy at all.
Again, with those counter strikes, like you said, just getting his timing right, and now every time Davies comes in, it looks like Guylain is going to just fire off that 1-2.
Seems like Davies lost his rhythm a bit.
I reckon he needs to go back to what he was doing in the first round, just mix up his attacks with kicks. He had a lot of success with those. Third time he's tried it, but Guylain now knows to watch out for those. And again with that counter, Guylain very comfortable, just to stand feet planted.
See, Keron is getting a bit lazy now, Dirk. He's got a bit tired. He's not moving around as much. He needs to go back to his first round habits and move around.
And also change his stance momentarily, but straight back to orthodox. Very lazy takedown attempt, got caught as he came in.
Now it's a matter of game plan, Dirk. Go back to game plan. You've got to remember what you have to do.
Big overhand right. Shook the sweat off of Guylain, and there was a lot of power behind that punch, so it has to be a little bit disheartening for him that he barely rocked him with that.
Guylain barely finished with that one. That's some impressive stuff. Guylain has a chin.
Sets up for the takedown. Very nicely coming underneath. Now this is Keron's time to work. This is the position he loves, is the top position, the ground and pound. He's got many victories under his belt from this position. Looking to that arm. Looking to get the mount, which he does. Guylain desperately trying to get back to his feet.
Oh, just check the strength from Guylain.
And he manages to do so. That was impressive.
This is no pushover.
No doubt Keron Davies is being tested and he's being pushed. And now for the first time we actually see Guylain is the one coming forward.
But a lot of the guys in Bernardo Makishi's camp, they're really tough guys. They might not be the most technical guys, but they will fight to the death.
They are game opponents, there's absolutely no doubt about that. Keron Davies has definitely slowed down Dino. Guylain's defenses are big, spinning backwards. That one connected. Big difference between round 2 and round 1 is in round 1 he would have followed that up with 1 or 2 more punches or kicks, and now he basically is just throwing one shot at a time. But again, he's got the top position on the ground.
Now he needs to take advantage of this, Dirk. He needs to finish this fight. He is gassing.
And he gives up his back again after going for that judo throw. Davies has got his back. He's got a minute and a half to work.
He needs to get his hooks in. He needs to get both hooks in.
Good position for him.
Just trying to get those hooks in. Oh, that looks in.
Might have it there.
That looks in.
It's not quite under the chin. It's got a minute. He's got a minute to work though, has Davies. He might have that in now. He's flattened him out. Lets it go. Obviously couldn't get it quite in with the minute to go. I'd like to see him set it up a bit more with punches. Soften him up and then slip it in. But great defense shown by BOOTO Guylain.
Oh no, absolutely unbelievable, Dirk. This guy's really, really tough.
Keep Davies breathing heavy. What he has to do is just soften him up with punches. Land a couple to the head, a couple to the body. And then when he's not expecting it, put that choke in.
That's exactly what he has. But now, you see, he's taking his hook out. So you should keep both hooks in and flatten them out. That's the way you get rear naked chokes.
Good defense there shown by BOOTO Guylain. Davies working to get that arm underneath the chin. He doesn't have as much time to work anymore.
20 seconds left of round 2. Can Davies finish this?
So he's trying to flatten him out. He's got both of those hooks in. 10 seconds to go. Guylain's just got to hold on for 10 more seconds. Davies trying again to get that choke in, but Guylain is surviving. Not quite as frantic in that second round, and Guylain did show some sort of little spells where he was a little bit dominant, but definitely still Davies' round, no doubt about that.
Oh, there's no doubt, Dirk. But round 3 is going to be interesting because it does look like Davies has lost a lot of momentum. It looks like Guylain's starting to come up there with some counter punches.
Corner Cam proudly brought to you by GNC Supplements, now available at Clicks. Yeah, it does look like the momentum sort of almost shifted a little bit, and there's no doubt that Guylain is the fresher of the two, but also for the better part of a minute in that second round, for the end of that second round, he was in a terrible position where Keron Davies was working. RDG, specialists in differentials and gearbox repairs, bring you the EFC Hexagon Girls.
Dirk, what Davies' corner needs to do now is make sure that he understands that he has won both rounds and he needs to play this round either safe or finish it.
He has to make sure that he doesn't make a mistake in his third and final round. He's done all the hard yards in round 1 and 2, but he is exhausted. Third and final round gets underway with Pitbull Energy Drink.
Dirk, all too often, guys win the first round, they win the second round, in the third round they're just so flat that, you know, they get knocked out, get submitted. This mustn't happen now.
There's no doubt his corner would have been barking instructions to him for his third and final round. Just stay out of trouble, don't make a mistake.
From Guylain's corner, he has absolutely nothing to lose here. He can swing his hands, try get a submission, try get a knockout. I mean, he has nothing to lose this round. Looking very, very tired, both guys.
Guylain still sort of looks the fresher of the two, but he's also not really been very offensive so far in his third and final round. 4 minutes to go. He shoots for that takedown.
Great score by Guylain.
And now Guylain lands a couple of shots. Guylain's corner getting very jumpy. Spinning back, as you can see, all the pep and the power in those have gone from Davies.
Even the shoot, Dirk. If he had shots in first round, he would have got that takedown. Now he's sweaty, he's tired. It's a lot harder. Oh, great kick. Oh, that hurts.
That shin deep into the thigh. Comes in with that left uppercut. We saw Gareth McKinnon using that successfully against Guylain BOOTO.
3 minutes 20 left, Dirk.
Davies caught him. The instructions from the corners, put him on his back. Got the back, now has Davies again, 3 minutes to go. Drags him to the deck.
He needs to be careful about his neck now. Oh, nice. Straight into side control. Looks like he's going to land some ground and pound there on that chin.
Gotta wonder how much he's got left. It'll take a couple of seconds just to breathe for a sec.
I think he realizes from now he can actually play it safe. He can hold him down right after the last 2.5 minutes and win this fight.
Try and look and finish here. He managed to get the full mount.
Ground and pound. Oh, beautiful.
First time in his career that he's also allowed to use those. This is his pro debut. He's got to track that arm and start working the elbows from the top. This is the best position he's had so far in the fight.
Some great ground and pound, Dirk. It just seems like he has some energy now. It seems like, you know, he's revitalized.
He is digging very, very deep, as Davies.
Also helps having the support of the crowd behind you, shouting your name. Adds a bit to your game.
Definitely has some pep in those punches still in those elbows. From this position, bad spot for Guylain to be in. Referee Bobby Keron is having a very close look.
Guylain's holding it for dear life. He needs to get out of there. Oh, great short elbow.
2 minutes to go, plenty of time. Davies talking to his opponent. In his corner, Norman Vessa saying, stop talking to him, focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
Davies is in a great position, not only in the fight, but he's right by his corner. He can take advice from his corner and listen to him perfectly.
Shot after shot. The referee's going to step in, and he does.
Great performance by Keron Davies. What a debut to have, 3-round war.
Great stoppage by referee Bobby Keron. As soon as Skinner started laying on him and landed more and more of those elbows, he jumped in and stopped it immediately. He had to dig deep though, the Davies. There were a couple of moments in that fight. Action Replay is brought to you by GNC Supplements. Live well.
After a lot of short elbows, eventually he landed some huge runs.
He made contact, and like you said, these guys are very, very tough from Cape Town, but there was just so many shots again and again, and you see, referee had to step in. Great stoppage by him. There's no need for him to take any more punishment. Took 2 or 3 unanswered shots. Referee stepped in, and Keron Davies is victorious, making his pro as well as EFC Africa debut.
There's only so much punishment you can take, Dirk, and Keron Davies dished it out today.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Keron has called a stop to this contest 3 minutes and 25 seconds into round number 3, declaring the winner by TKO, Keron Davies.
I'm here with you, winner, an exhausted Keron Davies. Keron, he did push you a couple of times during that fight.
He caught me with 1-2. He can take a punch. Yeah, big ups. Took the fight on short notice, and he fought well.
How did that affect your actual game plan coming into this? Did you have to readjust because of the new opponent?
Yeah, most definitely. I was almost at 77. Then I had to pick up because I checked the sizes.
In terms of yourself overall, you happy to actually compete at welterweight?
Welter, middle, doesn't really make a difference.
In terms of your own preparation coming into this bout, you've had a ton of amateur fights, your own 4 amateur titles, making your pro debut. You must be very happy.
Yeah, I'm very happy. This is what I've trained for the last 4 years.
Well, congratulations on getting a victory on your pro debut. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Keron Davies.
Keron Davies getting his win on debut. The middleweight division will definitely be keeping an eye out for him.